When Christopher Nolan decided to adapt Homer's Odyssey, he brought together the most legendary cast in Hollywood history. But behind the scenes of this massive IMAX production, things were absolute chaos. Let's start with Anne Hathaway's wild audition mistake.
What imagines when you meet him for an audition, you walk in, you think it's Harley Quinn.
I do.
and you
Nailed that one.
I mean, that's got to be a pivot in the room. You're like, you prep
Well, luckily, but here's the thing that worked in my favor. She's a chameleon.
Right.
So
I could do anything you want.
I knew I was auditioning for, I was meeting with Chris for the female role in the Batman trilogy, the next installment. And I thought that I'd gamed it out because I was just like, it can't be Catwoman because Michelle Pfeiffer was so iconic. It's going to be Harley Quinn.
Cool.
So I spent a week developing demonic Harley Quinn energy. And I was wearing weird jester flats and a striped top. And it was just and I walked in with this Harley Quinn underneath. And then about 2 hours into our conversation, Chris is so the part's Catwoman. And I was like, transform.
Oh, no way.
So I just then decided that I was well, this top is just very sensual and I'm just going to be very, and I just,
It
like a
worked out.
psychopath.
And Tom,
Changed
kind of
personalities
amazing,
like a psychopath.
Yeah, like Harley Quinn.
Tom went up for Bane.
Anne literally changed personalities like a psychopath on the spot. But she wasn't the only one with a crazy audition story. Tom Holland had a rather ambitious plan of his own.
And you were 16 years old. We'll know that.
Yes, I just could not put the weight on fast enough, is what Chris
But your
said.
voice was amazing.
we went
Exactly.
with a
They
different
wanted this
Tom.
really high-pitched, kind of scary Bane is what they wanted.
I just think the world wasn't ready.
They weren't.
Fun
That's
fact.
what Chris said.
Anne over here. Annie was cast in a Spider-Man movie before Tom Holland.
I didn't know about
I
that.
was, yes.
Alternate universe, but it all worked out for everybody.
It all worked out. Here we are today.
That's trust deeper.
It sounds like you were a changed actor coming out of
A Spider-Man casting story before Tom Holland was even a thought. But while everyone else immediately said yes to Nolan, Robert Pattinson had a very different reaction.
You have that interaction with Christopher Nolan, Christopher Nolan, and he's doing the Odyssey, and he's thinking of you. You just say yes, unless you're Robert Pattinson. And Robert Pattinson says, "I can't wait to read it."
No, I don't know why. I sound like such a knob, literally saying this. It was supposed to be more of a humble thing, and it makes me sound so arrogant.
He said, I asked him about it earlier today, and he was like, yeah,
But
as a matter of fact, he did.
I also thought Chris was so funny in his reaction, just saying he's like, "You want to read it?" Everyone else said yes.
Everyone else has said.
Typical Rob, making a simple yes or no question a negotiation. Samantha Morton gets emotional while sharing personal stories with Zendaya.
And he got to come home and, kind of let me know that I had a meeting as well and my, socks were knocked off.
For me, it was extraordinary. When I did get the call, I actually cried. I was like, I'm going to go meet Christopher Nolan. Oh my gosh, wow. Just to actually be in his company, I was happy with that. To be involved in something where there's so many people that you admire for so many different reasons is incredibly rare.
I was so excited to be able to do interviews with you because I was like, we didn't get to meet.
Yeah.
And I think you're extraordinary and the work in this is beyond.
Who's looking after your wife and son? My dad is coming home.
Why does this text?
Samantha Morton literally cries tears of joy. But once the camera started rolling, the real chaos began, mostly thanks to Robert Pattinson defending his villainous suitor.
In the world of Odyssey kind of subscribes to, and this guy's sort of tenuous, it's I don't get it. What are you
Empathy?
what are you all doing? And it's and everyone's there's all these struggles with their identities and who am I, blah, blah. And Nintendo's I don't need an identity, I just have desire, and that's it. And it's kind of, there's always a fun in playing someone who has very shallow characteristics, because you can move a lot quicker. You have no past, and you don't really have a future as such.
Did you develop any sort of sympathy for him as you played the character, as you got further into the film?
There's a lot of ways. I was kind of joking about it with you earlier, but it's you inevitably, the more I'm playing the scenes, you're thinking Ithaca is falling apart, and Odysseus is dead, 100%. It's and also they are following Zeus's law. Really, they're all doing what they're supposed to be doing, and also you never say leave. And also, I think I'm a pretty good option for Penelope too. I'm like legitimately saying like I want to help out. I have a calling to rule Ithaca. And you look at the other guys in the palace, and you could do worse.
I have to say, my new favorite thing is listening to you talk about Antinous, because when you talk, I'm like, well, you do kind of make a good point, but no, I've seen him. I don't like him.
Penelope gets very mixed signals.
I don't know. I think by the end they're pretty clear.
By the end, but like, it's been years. Literally, like you're like
Zeus's law is
behind the little barrier, being like, ooh, showing.
You spend one night at my loom and you see what you
So what are you looming over there?
Let me illuminate you.
You're taking ages. If Tom said I'm looming, I can't show you what it is for 3 years. Eventually, I'm going to be like, I have to see it. There's no more of this. No matter who's doing the looming.
Then you come in and you're like, that's it.
This
is not a complicated design.
It's already gone off the rails. No, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I would actually like.
A terrible, simple design. The cast couldn't even keep a straight face, and the chaos followed them off set, like this unhinged memo.
But how did we felt? We kept looking over at him like, he made it.
And you're both dealing with that Robert Pattinson. He's a nasty piece of work, isn't he?
How good is he in this?
He's very good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, when the film was done, I called and I left him this unhinged voice memo, just like screaming about how much I loved him in the movie.
This character must have been a joy to get into.
It was phenomenal. I was also mildly terrified, which I think is a healthy feeling.
A screaming, unhinged voice memo. Rob's energy is truly unmatched. In fact, Matt Damon recalls him testing dialogue in some very unusual playing scripts with New York taxi drivers. But things got even weirder when Matt Damon decided to pull a Jason Bourne stunt mid-take on set.
Been an admirer of Matt Damon and his work for some time. But then you get to see him at work in this way. There are, of course, things that you take, right? There are like, he's the fearless leader on set. People refer to him in a lot of ways in a lot of projects. But what are some of the things that you were like, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna borrow this. Oh, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. Were there aspects of how he works that you were like, yeah, I'm taking that?
I think it's his work ethic.
Yeah.
It's his approach to the work. It's his approach to the people on set. His kindness, his empathy, his compassion, his drive to be excellent. But none of that comes at the sacrifice of the fun. He has a really, really good time. It's a really hard movie to make, super ambitious, super difficult, but was really fun. I remember there's this one scene in the movie where Matt and I were in this cave in Greece, and I had told him so many times how much I love Jason Bourne. Like, it's one of my favorite movies or franchises. And we're in this cave, there's like 400 extras. They basically set the cave on fire and they put Matt and I in the middle of the extras, and then we just had to escape. And Hoyter was going to follow us with the camera. It was a crazy day.
Jeez.
And on one of the takes, when we were getting towards the end, Matt had to like grab me and drag me out the way. And as he grabbed me, he went, "Tell me everything you know about Treadstone." I was like, oh my God, it's Jason Bourne.
It's happening. Come on. That's amazing.
So it's just, what I'm trying to say is that like in moments where you need to have that elite level of focus, he has it, and in those moments when it's getting tough and you need an energy boost, he also knows how to find it.
Yeah, so much fun. I mean, you have and I'll wrap with this, but you have a fight sequence with Matt Damon in this movie, and there are elements of like, of course, you are in the moment and you are in character, but there's got to be at least one moment you were like, I'm fucking fighting Jason Bourne. Was there at least one?
I mean, he was like quite terrifying in that scene.
He was very scary.
Yeah, it was definitely. It's like
an actual Jason Bourne whisper in the middle of a cave fire. And Tom Holland soon realized that fighting Matt Damon on set was actually terrifying.
Yeah, it was just, the saliva was getting very close. It was very scary.
Very good. Very good. Even the imagery of the ticket back. From Elliot, like incredible.
He was very careful with the lot as well.
It didn't look careful.
It didn't look careful. It was actually managed. It was actually quite scary.
Quite a big piece of wood going in your mouth.
And I'm upside down. And he was like literally somehow managed to make it look very chaotic and still was like.
Yeah, I was there when they did that, and I remember thinking like, "Oh, you're gonna lose a tooth."
At least.
It was like a pretty solid piece of work.
Thank you, sir.
Literally fighting Jason Bourne, but the sheer scale of the set was the most intimidating part, as Tom Holland discovered on day one.
You walked onto set the first day and just that scope and the huge sets that Chris does.
It was very intimidating. I remember we were on the beach in Morocco, and I kind of got to where the set was, and the AD said, just keep walking that way and eventually you will get to the crew. And it felt like I walked for miles, and I just, it was like boat, thousands of background actors, the Trojan horse, fires and all this sort of stuff, but no crew. Like I couldn't see anyone. So I keep walking. Eventually I start seeing radios and equipment and stuff like that. And that's like the opposite experience to what being on a film set is like. Like usually, 90% of the people there are crew, and then 10% are performers. And on Chris's job, it's completely the other way around. So it felt more like a reenactment than it did like a film set. It almost felt like I'd kind of gone back in time and just like landed on this beach, and it scared the out of me. Yeah, I was quivering in my sandals.
And Anne, you've obviously worked with Christopher before.
Yeah.
How did this compare, just the scale of this?
Oh, it still scared the shit out of me. It was, I mean, it's hard to say, because my first experience with him was, it was my first time on a Batman set, but it was their third film. And then the second time I worked with him, we got to go to multiple planets and explore space together. And you would think that those things were already massive. But this was, I don't know that there's ever been anything quite this ambitious, because you think of something truly epic like Lawrence of Arabia, which has multiple locations in the movie, but they kind of are all of the same story. This one, I mean, we went all over, I mean, not me, but...
Forget the scene, let's get to the dog. But the elements weren't always friendly. Matt Damon recalls a wild moment where the 300-pound camera jammed in a storm.
The movie felt super nostalgic. It felt like we were making movies how they used to be made, but then also we were breaking barriers and breaking records with shooting an entire movie on IMAX and building this, incredibly unique piece of kit to dampen out the camera. So it was this kind of weird experience of being nostalgic and futuristic at the same time.
So if you could ask Homer one question about the Odyssey, what would you ask?
Do you think that I am a good Telemachus?
Matt said something very similar.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Not your character, but do you think I was good in it?
And I would ask, do you think Tom Holland was a good Telemachus?
Yeah, nice. I like that.
So I'm fascinated. None of us are going to be on set with Chris, hearing him direct, and I'm just curious for both of you, was there a moment on set where Chris directed you in such a way where like it really helped shape the performance or make you reassess how you were playing the scene? Like, what is it like to actually collaborate with him in that moment?
I love how he can undercut the tension with like almost like super British humor.
Yeah.
Like I had this one scene with Matt, which is arguably one of my most important scenes in the film. And I don't want to talk about it too much because it's a big spoiler. But Matt and I were discussing the scene a lot. And he basically stuck his head in.
Rain sideways, boat tipping, and the director doing the clapperboard. But how do you know if you're actually doing a good job for Christopher Nolan? A small gap between success and silence, but the tech they used on set also led to some very intimate moments between the cast.
I think it was their idea, and then you keep your job.
But this is what directors are doing all the time, so you're just playing 3D chess with these guys. You're like,
yes.
Okay.
See, how many directors are out there right now who've worked with you kicked back going,
yeah,
I am so great, all of these amazing moves she's done because of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they're going, hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute. Yes, exactly.
Like, Hank in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
yes.
On the toilet, reading the book, cut to black.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've had a few contentious directors, and
And they were...
It was Ice Age. It was Ice Age. They wanted me to do my own voice, and I said I don't want to do my own voice. I want to be a character. I'm an animated creature. I want my voice to sound like it's coming out of only exists in that creature, Sid the Sloth. So I said I'm going to talk like this, and this is my character. And I studied even Discovery Channel tapes. And they stuffed food in the cheek pouches. So I was like, this is exactly how. And so I won.
There we go. The point is, I won.
That's all. That's all that counts.
Yeah.
And right now they're counting their money, going, "That was a good call."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That was a really good call. I want you to take me to a very specific moment. Christopher Nolan calls you. You've booked the Odyssey. You are Odysseus. Take me to the moment something clicks in your head, and you lean forward and you go, "Jesus Christ."